to 1 crore strategy for malls and retail spaces shaping footfall and customer loyalty. The growing importance of entertainment in mall development and how these experiences are becoming the key to redefining the Indian retail landscape. Key challenges faced by operators in India, developers' perspective, increasing importance of entertainment category. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our moderator for this panel discussion, Arpita Tandon, Head of Family Entertainment Center, India JLL, with a huge round of applause. On the speakers, we have Mr. Yogeshwar Sharma, Chief of Business Development and Leasing, DLF, Mr. Abbas Jabalpurwala, CEO, Time Zone India, Shalini Vij, Founder, Hangout, MF Entertainment and Amusement, and Ms. Nandini Taneja, Regional Director, Reach Group. Can I request you all to please give a huge round of applause and welcome our panelists. A very warm welcome to all of you.
Perfect. So entertainment, the next big bet in Indian retail. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Arpita. I'll be moderating today's conversation. As we've observed, and it was said that the Indian entertainment sector has undergone a remarkable evolution. Consumers are prioritizing experiences over products. We have over the last 2 decades, we've seen FECs who have transformed significantly in both international and local players, bringing in premium formats. So these centers have become an integral part of retail development because they are the ones who are driving the footfall today, and they actually enhance the overall appeal of the retail development. So the entertainment landscape is transforming rapidly, and the numbers speak volume. So as per the JLL report, which I launched last year at MAPIC, we saw that about 6.6 million square feet, which is being taken by about 500 centers in India, 500 plus centers. I'm sure it must have reached 7 million today. And by 2028, which is in the next 3 years, we see this stock go up to about 11 million square feet. So the larger the retail developments, the malls are ready to accommodate bigger and more innovative concepts in their malls. So the shift is not just merely a trend, it is a fundamental transformation in the retail landscape. So therefore, I will say, yes, it is the next big bet in Indian retail. But however, since I'm seeing it and we've been seeing the trends, I have all the industry experts sitting right here. We have Yogeshwar Sharma, we have Abbas Jabalpurwala, we've got Shalini Vij and Nandini. So we have a developer and we have an operator, and they'll be sharing their valuable insights on this industry. So I would like to start with Yogeshwar, you. So entertainment has evolved from being a weekend add-on to a core pillar of retail strategy. How have you seen this transition, and what impact do you see in your development?
Thank you, Arpita. By virtue of being a part of this industry from last so many years, almost 20 years now, and I have witnessed that entertainment, FECs, all these gaming zones play a very important role in the success of a shopping center. So I am a very positive about their being part of the shopping center. However, there have been discussions that they pay low rentals, they are rent to revenue ratio is not so good, and the consumption theory is not so good. But holistically planning a mall, I think they are very integral part, and I have seen that malls which have put them together rightly, they have definitely gained from their presence.
Absolutely. Abasa, I want to ask you, with your 20 years of experience in the entertainment industry, what is the impact that FECs have made in malls today?
Yogeshwar did say that we are one of the...
So you have to be a little louder.
Hello. Yeah, Yogeshwar did mention that, we don't pay rent. That's something that has changed over the year. That's the biggest impact that I think we have got as an industry from, I recollect, uh, 10, 12, 15 years back, maybe 10, 12 years back, and I went to a mall developer for space, and I told him, look, I can only pay you 100 rupees because my business is 300 rupees on trading density. So he said, instead of coming and arguing with me that I can pay 100 rupees only, you figure out how to make, how to take your TD from 300 to 600, because my rental is not gonna change. And I think that one moment hit us very hard, and we went back and figured out what to do with the model. And that's why today, not only us, but all other operators have also evolved over the years to basically satisfy the need of the growing Indian middle class that is very aspirational. I think what has changed over the years, Arpita, to your question is, earlier India was considered to be a market where you can put used games, you can put outdated content which is cheaper available, or you can put cheap stuff coming out of China and get the consumer coming in. No more. Social media has changed the game for us, because today the consumer knows the trends that is internationally working internationally, and they come and demand that why do you not have this game, why don't you have the latest version of this game, etc. So that push that social media awareness that social media has created, and the push that's coming from consumer side, has made us change the game, and that's what I think has changed over the years. And today if you go to see any FEC, irrespective of whichever brand, all of them are more or less on par with what is available in India. You go to anywhere in the world and you will basically see the same games, unlike before, where the games were totally different from what India used to have and what people used to go in Singapore and Dubai, which is closer, and where Indians travel more often. That's what has changed.
Abbas, so you were also talking about that entertainment industry abroad, etc., and how they've really evolved internationally. What is the industry insights in India? How do you see the entertainment industry in India, the family entertainment center, the gaming industry in India?
How do I see it in India? Comparable, yeah. So,
Are there any government support that you get?
oh no. So, Arpita, good point you have touched. The problem only with our industry is that we are sandbagged with lot of statutory requirement. And I was speaking to one of the mall developer, and he asked me that we just opened a mall in Surat 3 days back. Venue was ready from first week of February, could not open till mid of April because of licensing requirements. So, so that's one big challenge. Second is, because our industry, the word gaming is attached. The moment any officer will hear the word gaming, he will directly relate it to gambling. And that's what creates a big backlog, big setback for us in terms of our perception towards authorities. There have been times, including Surat, where I had to actually go and meet the police commissioner to convince him that we are not doing any gambling activity in our premise. And these are stigmas that are attached to us, and because of Dream IPL and all these online gaming betting apps, this has now gathered more momentum. So not only from statutory license perspective, we are also facing a lot of challenges from GST officers who are coming and asking us that you are a gaming company, so pay 28% because you are into gambling. So these are the challenges that come. And unlike other markets, we operate in Australia, we operate in New Zealand, Singapore, which are way mature markets than Indonesia, India, and Philippines. In matured markets, we are a proper industry. There are government norms to support us. In fact, the government is going and giving us incentives in terms of taxis, so SOPs, etc., so that we could go and set up. Here, it's the other way around. I just wish that we are well represented within the government. If there is a ministry that can get, and that we are trying also. Actually, Ankur is not here; he was supposed to be, but we are trying to get a minister allocated to us as an industry, so that our grievances could be well heard. That's one difference that is not there in India, which is there internationally, Arpita, just to.
So I'm also part of IRP, which is Indian Association of Amusement Parks and Industries, and all the entertainment players are part of that industry. There we basically, I've been hearing it, that it's thanks to all, Abbas, Ankur, everybody's efforts that they're reaching out to the government and to get an industry status of entertainment centers, and at least differentiate between they're not gambling and it's amusement parks for children to play. Also, because our company also works very closely with government organizations, we've been seeing that government is happy to invest or give space to entertainment centers. And however, because of the licensing and the entire process is too cumbersome, they're not able to reach out to the players. So for example, Sabarmati Riverfront in Ahmedabad, they have kind of allocated space, and Imagica has taken space there on the riverfront. Like that, there are many other riverfronts that are coming up, like Jhelum Riverfront in Kota, and too many places where government is putting and calling in initiatives where they want entertainment players to come, set up centers so that it can be a go-to place for people. Other than just visiting the city, you can also enjoy a nice recreation activity around the riverbanks. So on that note, Yogeshwar, I want to ask you that how are developers approaching the design and leasing of entertainment spaces today? What has changed in the blueprint of the new developments that are coming in? We see in Dubai, they take about 30% of the mall is dedicated to entertainment. And what are you doing now, which is different?
Yeah, seeing the success of like in a Mall of India, Noida, we have Smash doing very well. We have Game Palacio doing very well. We have Fun City doing very well, and then Hamleys. I mean, all four of them are coexisting and doing very well. And the best part is these gaming centers, to my knowledge, are recession proof. I mean, no, winter late आती है, कपड़े कम बिकते हैं, but इस industry में काम चलता रहता है ना. Please correct me.
Movie भी नहीं है तो मैम.
Movie and cinema, especially.
जब तक बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं.
जब तक बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं. Then even cinema में मतलब cinema में content driven है, content बहुत कम आ रहा है after COVID, अभी भी stabilize नहीं हो पा रहा है. So entertainment becomes very very important and for the mall. So seeing this in new developments, we have to we are becoming cognizant of the heights, because this industry, they will come and ask the heights. Rent बाद में पूछते हैं, पहले height पूछते हैं कि height कितनी है, and then height का planning करना है. Then load bearing and the vibrational load. Sometimes they need, they have a very high vibrating machines. So those things have been like briefed to the. We are not yet there like Dubai Mall, where we have 30%, but it's an integral part, and we are aware of the challenges they will pose when we lease the mall. So we are trying to plan that beforehand, and architects are briefed in prior.
That's amazing, because that's really required to bring in newer, better concepts, because I feel India is ready. But Nandini, I want to ask you, is entertainment driving as an anchor level position in malls today?
Absolutely, Arpita. I think we've all discussed this many times that malls are social places, right? And all age groups need entertainment. So yes, there is a dedicated focus, on planning the FEC zones, entertainment zone, not just for kids, but also for adults as well. So depending on the size and the scale of the mall, one can look at a certain ratio being allocated, and these are definitely high footfall drivers. So the one thing that we've also witnessed is, like you said, it's all seasons. Birthday parties happen on any day of the week. And I think one of the biggest challenges that as malls we face is to drive, I'm not saying Select City Walk, but the others, of course, to drive the weekday footfall. And so we look at avenues, and I think the FEC, the gaming areas definitely contribute a lot to our, weekday average footfall. There could be birthday parties, there could be people hosting. And, when we say entertainment, it's not just the gaming and the FEC zones, but also F&B. What do we have today in India as entertainment? For adults, let's say. We don't, it's restaurants, it's the gaming zones. Also, when it comes to family bonding, where do parents and kids go? So, like I love going with my son for a session of bowling somewhere. That's the time we bond. And hence, I think these are absolutely very important drivers. So the space planning, keeping in mind their technical requirements, like Yogesh mentioned about the technical load, the height, the access, because if a large group booking is coming, they definitely want a clear access and do not want to walk through the malls. So, planning the entry exits of such zones. So yes, Arpita, to answer your question, there is a dedicated focus.
Yeah, they are the new anchors in the mall.
Absolutely, yes.
Shalini, I want to ask you that you have created this highly immersive family-driven experiences through Hangout, and how are consumers' expectations evolving, especially among, with millennial parents coming in, are the consumers ready to pay a high premium for entertainment concepts, or is it still, a big decision for them to take?
So trends have changed. When we penetrated the market, it was some 15 years back, and there was only Fun City and there was Time Zone. There was just a handful entertainment centers. And yes, definitely, what's now happened is that when I penetrated the market, coming from the US, we were big on family quality time. We would want to, because there's the trends of having nannies is not there, so you are actually spending a lot of quality time. Everyone's working. So they were somewhere compensating their guilt factor by taking them out. So entertainment back in our days, when we were growing up, was going to Nani Dadi's house or just going for a movie. Today, I see a lot of children coming in with their parents, especially fathers, which is amazing. Because when I had opened, it got tagged as a birthday party place. And I still remember I met somebody and I said, "Oh, you have Hangout. It's a great place to park the kids." And I took offense to that because we park cars. But today, the mall trend is going to be just the way you need a parking lot, you are going to need something for entertainment. And that's where this comes in, that the entertainment industry is not limited to just gaming. Our vision is limited. So I categorize Hangout as a CEC as opposed to a FEC. So if I compare with a US brand of a Chuck E. Cheese, it's a CEC, which is a children's entertainment center, and Time Zone would fall in the category of a family entertainment center. The difference is the target market. The target market that we're catering to is 13 and under. The parental requirements are different. So coming from being a business graduate with child psychology, most of the psychology came into play with the culture differences in India. I realized that the parents were very big on hygiene, very flamboyant when it came to birthday parties. They didn't want the run-of-the-mill pizza burgers. Now, somebody like maybe a teen or a tween wants a cool place. So coming back to millennium parents, yes, there's market for CECs, FECs. I don't want to make this a session on entertainment industry, but there's indoor, outdoor. We were just talking before about how mini golf and other entertainment segments like a wax museum or opera, there have to be options. And I was on another discussion with people from the theaters. It was a requirement for any mall developer to have a theater carved out. A movie theater had to be there. The trend changed post-COVID. So yes, the entertainment industry is totally evolved, and we're going to see new trends coming in. And just the way it's the next upcoming F&B market, where you're going to have multi-cuisines. You're going to have Japanese food coming in. You're going to have tacos coming in. Similarly, you're going to have bowling coming in. You're going to have whatever there is out there, giving the consumers better choices.
Shalini, I want to ask you, what are the key trends that you see accelerating the growth of this industry? What are the new trends that you see coming in?
Like I just said, that the trends that are going to come in is the entertainment industry is going to make a bigger impact. Abbas, myself, a couple of other people that have been in this industry, we've struggled. We've struggled with GST. We've struggled with high rentals. And I still remember getting brushed off when I came with my project from the US. I was told that you won't be able to give us the ROI. And yes, a CEC return will be different from an FEC, because when we're actually looking at sending the children for an hour, your per square foot revenue definitely comes down. But at the same time, we compensate that by a birthday party venue. And we will see a new trend coming in where entertainment is going to be a requirement in the malls. It won't just be an option. We will see it in all the malls because just the way you want a movie theater, you're going to want the entertainment industry there. Now the choices come down to which FEC or CEC, which target market that you want to cater to. And so yes, the trends are more in favor of the entertainment industry for sure.
And Abbas, what are the new trends that you're seeing? I mean, there are these new escape rooms that are coming up.
Yeah, so look what is happening, like Shalini just mentioned. There is, our business is also getting classified into different age groups. Unlike earlier where every mall used to have one entertainment center and that used to have everything. I think today's generation is very different and they're willing to explore more. So concepts like escape rooms, concepts like VR, free roam VR, VR, AR. I'm already seeing a lot of them operational when I visit trade shows outside of India, and also some of them in posh localities of South Bombay and South Delhi. So that we will see a stage where in the same mall you will have 7 to 8 different offerings of entertainment, which could be bowling centers, which could be sports bar, which will be trampoline park, there will be a passive entertainment as we call it, which is snow world or those forms of entertainment apart from immersive VR centers. And nowadays there is also one concept which is getting very popular, which is participative socializing, which is where you go and as a group and play multiple games, which could be pixel game or floor is lava or laser tennis and all of that. So these kind of formats will start to come in malls which are coming, which are 2 million, 1.5 million, 2 million square feet, and they have, like Yogeshwar was saying, 15-20% space is allocated. So when you have 400,000 square feet of entertainment to fill, along with cinemas and these are the kind of concepts that will come. I don't think one operator can satisfy a developer with all requirements. It will be a mixture of multiple operators catering to different age groups. That's where I see this will go.
Yeah, just to add one point, I mean, I feel that edutainment, everybody is like now getting tired of looking at screens, and especially for the kids. Every parent wants that kids should not be hooked on to screens all the time, so they want to take them out. So I feel that mechanical toys or spending family time, bonding time together, playing these games is a new fashion, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Edutainment is something which also Time Zone has play and learn. So the role play for children. There's also, there's so many new concepts like skydiving, escape rooms. There are people doing laser tags, and there are, VR concepts, AR concepts. So all they need is space. As developer, I would just request you that when you're doing your big planning for new malls, you need to also accommodate all different trends that are going on in the industry, especially in the entertainment industry, because I feel that they are the showstoppers.
Yes, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, there is some mindset of most of developers because the rental paid, again, comes down to the yield is little on the lower side. However, as a shopping center professional, I believe that the benefit is not only the rental. There are much more to it than the frequency. It's a frequency builder. It creates a reason to come for the families. So we should not look at only at the rental. There's a lot of other benefits along with it.
Lovely, sir. Nice to hear from you.
Vanilla deals, Yogeshwar, vanilla deals. Like the movie theaters used to get. So we're going to start a war here.
But the best part is they don't never ask for the ground floor. The best part is that.
We need a loading, unloading dock.
But what are what are the biggest operational challenges that you face in scaling entertainment centers? You've got 70 plus centers today. What are your biggest challenges?
If you ask this question to anybody who's running business, he will say people. That's the biggest challenge. Of course, yes, trained manpower, and when you are leading the industry in terms of growth, you also become a training ground for competition. So we lose people to competition as well. But that I think we have moved from that stage where we have accepted that as a norm, and we plan for that, and we have a bench strength that we maintain. So apart from that, I think it is our larger challenge is quality real estate. While we can say that India has 500 malls and 600 malls, if you ask anyone, the list does not go beyond 60, 70 malls today also, which actually generate and is profitable for any retailer or operator. So that's the larger challenge for us. One is property, and second is people. Government regulation again is a challenge, but as an association, we are trying to figure that out. But that challenge only comes when you actually have the venue in place. First is to get the store there. So that's
Absolutely. I agree. I mean, for me, even when we're working and we're finding quality real estate for entertainment centers in India is very difficult. And especially we're only looking at metro cities, and we can count in our hands. We have got 7 cities that we are targeting. But with this huge billion population, we're not really catering enough to the audience. So tier 2 cities, I mean, Abbas, coming back to you, because you're the one who's there in the tier 2 cities. What is the response of tier 1 and tier 2 cities?
Our lessons learned from tier 2 city, we opened one store in Nasik 15 years back, and it was a very average looking store, because we realized that Nasik is just 160 kilometers from Mumbai, and the store in Nasik never looked like a store in Mumbai. So the first learning we got is when we did the one of the state capital, which is Bhubaneswar, in one of Nexus malls, is we put everything in that mall which we would have done in a metro city. And no cutting corners anywhere, not that we will put a recycled game or tone the quality of fit-outs down. And that learning showed us that the city delivered to our expectation, in fact over-delivered, and has continued to grow. We are in the 6th or 7th year of operation now in that mall. So after that is when we started to scale up, and we made a strategy of entering all the state capitals first and then the next. So that paved way for Nagpurs and Ranchis and Patnas and everywhere. So the learning has been that you can't shortchange the consumer. Just because it is a Ranchi or a Siliguri doesn't mean that you can put whatever you can want and cut corners and give them a product that does not look aspirational to them. As long as you are doing that, as long as you're delivering a product which is same, which stands for the brand, and I mean the classic example is McDonald's or any of the McDonald's is a McDonald's wherever you go, irrespective. So that's the learning we got, and we said let a time zone look like a time zone. We should not be. And I recollect one of the developer in Raipur, his daughter told me that why is my mall time zone looking very shabby? When I go to Bhubaneswar, the time zone looks much better, because in the Raipur mall we had not renovated. And that gave me a lesson that, you know, today's generation is very, very conscious. They want their city store to also look the same as it looks in the metro. And that's when they consider that as a place to go. So that's the answer to your question, Arpita.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
Arpita, I'd like to add something to what Abbas said. That works for an FEC, but when you're catering to children, younger age group, there's a lot of factors that come into play. And so the way I work is, or we're working at Hangout, is we customize. We see the culture differences. There are a lot of culture differences. Like a mini golf or a dark room will not work in a tier 2, tier 3 where they're still skeptical about sending the girl child, and they're scared about bullying. And so you will see the Western trends filtering in from tier 1, and then being the new trend in tier 1 going into tier 2 and tier 3. So if a gaming zone is doing amazing in tier 1, yes, it will filter down, like a McDonald's probably opened in the metropolitans first, and then it became a trend. So the Indian market is very, very sensitive. And again, that's where, when we're doing Hangout, we're kind of looking at the culture requirements. The parental psyche is very, very important. So we differ here. Our choices would be a little different. Of course, the feel and the look would be of a Hangout, but we would make a difference there. That's what I feel, because I've seen the trend of what worked, did not work, failed 15 years back, is now in the market for India.
So it's actually the right concept that you create for the city, and you understand the city requirement better. But I feel that all these developments, which is one mall or two mall in that one city, the developer wants to create a mini Disneyland with itself. And if that experience is not there, then the city kind of, understands that, okay, I'd rather go to Delhi and enjoy the same center than be.
Right, but when you're dealing with parents, and especially children,
Yeah.
you have to be very, very particular.
Very
Like, you have to keep the safety in mind, you've got to keep the hygiene in mind. Because again, I'm catering to a different age category, and that's where it's very important that you can't do a run-of-the-mill. It has to be customized, it can't be one size fits all, because the schooling in tier 2, tier 3 is different. The cultures are different, so we have to respect all that, and that's a big thing, especially when you're dealing with children. I again reinforce a children's entertainment center is different from what a family entertainment center is. Families, yes, you're going there as a family, and a bhaiya's coming with you, or your mom's coming with you, or your father is coming with you. And bowling will cater to young adults, and we're targeting a different market altogether.
Yeah. Nandini, I want to ask you, what are the different avenues that you're looking at in your development when it comes to entertainment? Because you do something really out of the box, all your concerts that are happening. So what are the different ways that you're entertaining the audience with entertainment in your mall?
Sure. So actually, post-COVID, we started looking at the smaller level events. It started from literally small comedy shows of 100 people. And I think recently we hosted Karan Aujla, which was some 75,000 people in 3 days. So events, definitely one thing. Kids-oriented, the Science Museum, celebration when it comes to various festivals, whether it's Baisakhi or Karwa Chauth or Diwali. So you have to engage with the community. We've actually gone to the extent in setting up some clubs like Mom and Kids clubs, doing a summer camp. So these initiatives, what happens is depending on the scale of the center, because we've got one center which is a regional center and the other one is a neighborhood center. It has to be localized to that level that a neighborhood center must engage with the immediate catchments. And we need to give them a reason to keep coming to the center almost every day. So yeah, so I think regular events, whether it's musical, dance, cultural shows, movie screening, I think outdoor screening is something that we all picked up. These are some of the examples that, we've been using in our malls.
So as even mall developers, with doing concerts, we're doing immersive experiences. Like in Elante, there was a whole Van Gogh in Cyber Hub as well, immersive experience. There are also concept-based that, very recently, we did a small Harry Potter kiosk in Ambience Mall, which went viral because everybody was like, oh, it's a Harry Potter kiosk. So IP-based entertainment is also something that we are seeing as a new trend come in. So definitely there's a remarkable evolution, and we've been seeing that the family entertainment centers have become the showstoppers today, and developers are in the nascent stage curating space. So before I end, I want to ask this one lightning question, and I want to answer one thing that you want to say, is that one myth about entertainment in malls that you like to burst. What will it be, Yogeshwar?
We don't have to question their relevance.
Very nice. They're always
And the abilities.
the relevance will be there throughout. Absolutely, I agree. Abbas?
I think one myth that I see is for all the developers is that please don't think that we are loss leaders for your mall. We pay you more or same as what other retailers do.
They make a lot of money, for sure.
So actually, you know how whenever I used to reach out to developers, they say, yeah, वो पैसे नहीं देते, वो कितना देंगे, 100 रुपए मांगेंगे. It's not that. So that's what Abbas is saying. We are ready to pay the rent because we know we're creating quality space. So Shalini, for you?
It's a high capex industry to be in. Please, mall developers, if you're going to cut corners with us, you're only going to see a drop in quality. And somebody like me, Shalini, will not compromise on quality when dealing with children. So let's not go the China route and start comparing apples with oranges. So definitely looking at better vanilla deals, understanding that the equipments are heavy, there's a requirement for loading, unloading docks. There's so much that you can do and work together with the entertainment industry. So we can, because as long as, like I said earlier too, as long as children are getting born and the population's still going up, and families are now beginning to bond, there's room for entertainment, and it's not limited to just children, let me tell you that. So
What's that one
we need to open our visions and our horizons
What is
now.
the myth that you're going to burst now?
That they need to give us better vanilla deals and stop negotiating so much, and understand that like the parking lot, you can only charge so much. I hate using that word, but you want a place where you can actually leave your children while you're giving them that time to shop. And it adds value to the mall. It really, really does. So please think of it as that we do want to add value and generate certain footfall,
lot
because
of
birthday
questions
parties
asked
is a
for the
big
door.
one over there.
Shalini is clearly saying that it's high capex but low opex. So they can pay less MG but high revenue share for the long term.
Yes.
I'm demanding.
And Nandini, what's your one myth that you want to burst for entertainment?
So same, I think, we all believe that, or we feel that they don't pay the rentals, but clearly the TD has gone up, like we were discussing, from 400 to 1,000. So they can pay us the rental that we deserve as mall owners, right? And I think from a consumer perspective, I hear a lot of myths. They feel that some of the areas are not serviced or
Hum
are
rent
not well
nahi dete.
maintained.
Like seriously, 15 years in Nexus Select City Walk, that hasn't happened in the longest time. No, as a matter of fact, we are an anchor. When you're taking up 14,000 square feet of a space, we want that little bit of respect now. It's about time.
Our time is up.
हम
So
झूले वाले नहीं हैं.
We all can actually talk for hours and hours, because this one industry is so relevant that it'll never lose its relevance. They have the paying capacity, they can pay the rent that they want, and the developers should understand that they should really curate spaces, because they're actually doing this for the audience who's coming in. So they are the real showstoppers. They are the next big bet in the Indian retail. So thank you so much, and thank you all the panelists. Thank you, Mapik.
Thank you, Arpita.
Thank you so much, Arpita, and the entire esteemed panelists. Thank you for elaborating how entertainment is becoming a core driver in real estate, transforming malls, township, and mixed-use spaces into immersive lifestyle. With that, can I request Arpita to kindly present a hamper to all our panelists, please? Yes, please wait back. Thank you so much. We value your contribution towards Mappic India 2025. Can I also invite Ms. Reema Punya, Conference Head at Mappic India, to present the token to our moderator, Arpita Tandon. With that, ladies and gentlemen, can I request you all to kindly give a huge round of applause to our moderator and the esteemed panelists on the dais, please.